There we go. Why is it not finding the game? There we go.
Games are just a social construct.
I mean, you're not wrong. Oh, pardon my yawn. This heat has been... ugh.
It's toasty.
As a ranch. So... let's see. Did you start a party, or...
I did, yeah. I sent you an invite.
Okay. I looked right at it and didn't recognize it.
It's a magic invite. It's different than all other invites. It makes you not recognize it. That's the magic.
Gotcha. Really? Yeah. Okay, that's enough of that, body. So it looks like Lee's still off in the direction of the base he built.
Yeah, he said he was improving it, making it like multi-story and stuff.
Okay.
So we'll have more spots for shooting.
Huh. Water. Ah, okay, that's you.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm waiting for Restore Power Quest to start. It'd be nighttime bullshit. Hello.
Hey!
I feel like my brain just imploded.
Oh.
Well, we know I've been doing really not well this past week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, just so you know, I am streaming.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm not giving any, like, doxing details or anything that would be,
Okay.
like, getting you banned.
No, I wasn't worried about...
69696969. Oh no, I have doxed myself. This is so sad.
No, I
Forgot
just didn't...
the area code 420.
Oh, of course.
I just didn't want you to say something that you... if it was something that you didn't want to, you know... the internet in general.
I don't care all that much.
Okay, but I figured I would give you the warning.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So... because of the travel anxiety leading up to the trip north for the wedding that we're not actually going to. Just parents are going.
Okay.
Because most of us hate the bride.
Okay.
We just like her mom. And her little brother.
Okay.
But I was just texting with our mother to be like, okay, what's the game plan? Because we have to pick up noodle food in the morning, but other than that, we should be ready to go by the end of tonight. And that would be like if we hustled and, you know, were driven by anxiety and panic as normal. And she goes, tomorrow? Like, alright, being picked up tomorrow? No, that's the 28th. Cue internal screaming.
Oh dear.
And the thing with travel anxiety, the way that Justin and I have it, once we're on the trip, we're fine. It's when it's up until the trip that we're not okay. So of course, our mother goes, well, I'm glad you're anxious to see us, lol.
Oh.
And then I'm like, and then goes, well, at least now you have more time to pack and prepare, so less panic and less need for anxiety. And I'm like, looking at the last week.
Yeah.
Just like, well, that's been extended.
Andrew be over here causing mayhem.
As I do.
Which here? Did he finally switch over?
I've been on 7 days since the server went out.
Yeah, he's actually been on the server longer than I have today. I just got on.
Okay, so my computer did a weird thing, and it wasn't just my phone did it too, where it just disconnected from all internet until I reconnected it to the Wi-Fi, and then I could disconnect it from the Wi-Fi, and it's normal again.
Spectacular, Andrew. Spectacular.
Thank you. What other better use do we have for shotgun shells anyway? Nope, didn't mean to throw that.
I thought we were gonna, oh, hi! Oh, I forgot. We just made a lot of heat.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
What about it?
It just...
Oh, it's nighttime. Perfect. That means
yeah.
the quest.
Oh, great.
Wow. I'm gonna go get the loot real fast with the bear.
And after almost
Hi, bear.
a year, I found my wrist pad.
Oh, I'll bet that feels good.
It feels so weird. To my hand just being...
Oh, hi, construction workers.
Desk.
Oh, there's somebody crawling out of here.
What the shit?
Don't think it's not in that.
Down.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
These
Okay, there we
M60s are fantastic.
Did I just walk through the window? Okay. Oh, you're green. Oh, shit. I wanted to be down here anyway. Oh, thank goodness I popped that cop's head in one shot.
Nice.
That means he didn't have a chance to do horrible things.
Not to you, at least. Where? Oh no, did that fall? Oh no, well, I don't have the spoons to get it. Oh well. Time to drink lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
Yep. Some of it goes into the Coke. Some of it goes directly into my mouth.
I'm surprised by how well I'm doing at not succumbing to the assholes in this house.
House full of assholes.
I'm surrounded by assholes. Oh.
Yay, I got a generator.
Ooh, good shit.
No, we're doing the restore power quest.
I'm opening the doors.
Okay.
Is there a party?
Yes, Andrew has the lead.
Oh, you didn't actually do the generator.
I thought I did!
No,
I have
it
seven
has a chance of failing, just like lockpick.
Oh. I thought it had... I thought it went.
Nah. Alright, zombies. Time to die.
I have Deadeye.
Dead ass. Got Deadeye. There's some birds, possibly. here? Aha! Hello, birds. That wasn't everything. This house. What do you mean there's more?
Apparently there's more.
So
Grr.
I think I lowered. I did. I lowered my chair. So now now the wrist rest is like, what the fuck?
Huh.
Where the fuck you are the zombies?
I'm hearing stuff near me. But I can't figure out. Like, I'm here. Are they on the other side of the fence?
Oh, I see green glows. Oh, nice. It's random outside. It's not even part of the quest.
Interesting.
Be a little shit. I need to shoot down an entire house again.
Maybe.
Because I will do it. Oh. Hey, look. It was in the house that I shot down.
Yep, I see the dot.
Forgot to go in this one, apparently. Whoops.
We missed him somehow.
It was that house the whole time.
Turned around.
So I turned around, and he was right behind me.
And then what?
Then I died.
Oh!
But I lived.
Oh!
I think it was one of the Ice Age movies. I never stopped. It was like, sadly, I was killed, but I lived.
Yes. That is, yes. That did happen in one of the Ice Age movies.
I feel like that's a perfect Sid moment.
It wasn't Sid. It was another critter that they met. It's got like a leaf for an eye patch.
It was these nuts.
Got him. Blah, 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 blah.
I love that I've already completely refilled the ammo box.
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.
Now y'all have got a song stuck in my head, and it's kind of funny.
Is it a good song?
I think so. It's the Last of Us 2 theme.
Okay.
So I walk through the valley of death, the shadow of the valley of death, or the valley of the shadow of death. But it's a mouthful.
Ah.
But it's a very, like, I like the song, and I really like the cover that Rainery on YouTube does for it.
You know what else is a mouthful? Trying to eat 2 hot dogs at the same time.
This is accurate.
It's funny you mentioned Rainier on YouTube because I just so happened to, like, today find a cover of a song by them. I'd never heard of them before, so weird.
Oh, really? She does some of the best covers and some really cool original songs for things. Like, if you've ever seen Bly Manor.
Okay.
She made an original song for the lesbian couple, and I love it so much. She herself is a, like, thriving lesbian.
I thought I saw the rainbow flag in the corner.
Oh yeah, her Discord is super gay.
Super gay.
Super.
It's what you become after you ascend even further beyond homosexuality.
Oh, it is. She's next level gay.
Now that's a sentence.
This is what it means to go even further beyond plus ultra. We need some magnums, because we got a fuck ton of magnum ammo.
Yeah.
I want the regular 44 magnum, because I think one of the hidden achievements I don't have is for killing 44 zombies with it.
Yeah,
yeah, same. And they've all got to be headshots.
Oh, do they? Fair enough.
Why do they?
That's like, eventually, if you
Why
use
do they
it
have
enough,
to be
you'll kind of get
headshots?
that.
That's part of the achievement.
Really?
Yeah, shoot 44 zombies in the head.
I thought it was just 44 kills, but I did
Yeah,
just read
that
on a random
was.
website.
Dirty Larry
Let me-
achievement.
I did like 2 treasure chest quests, and I got half of a storage box full of ammo. It's ridiculous. We were saying about like, oh man, getting ammo is kind of tricky. No, just do the treasure maps. I can also craft high power 762 now. What's better, high power or armor piercing?
I use armor piercing.
What's the difference?
Yeah, everything I'm seeing is just saying just kill 44 zombies with the Magnum.
Yeah, I'm taking a look, because I remember seeing something about... Oh, that's the hidden one. It's...
Because that's
I
literally
only have 3.
it's literally the only achievement I don't have.
Huh. I wonder why that was stuck in my head so firmly then.
I don't know, but hooray, it's not as hard as you thought it was.
I guess AP ammo might be better when you have hordes of zombies.
Yeah, because it would punch through.
Yeah, AP is typically what I will go for because it can go through multiples, especially if you stack it with the right skills.
Yeah. Can't craft boxes and stuff yet, but I'm gonna craft a little bit of the high powered 762. Might as well.
I don't know if I can craft boxes yet. I don't remember.
I don't
Fell off
have
the
enough
ladder.
books for anything.
So-
Are we putting like bullet crafting material in the boom box now?
No, the boombox is my
Yeah,
And why
my
is there so much ammo crafting shit in there?
that's Dave's stuff.
That's wrong.
so I can make Molotovs and other things that go boom.
Bullet casings? Right. Okay, so then where are we putting all that stuff? Because it's I was not the one who took all of that stuff out of the regular ammo chest.
I usually put it in ammo, but I
Ammo's
think
full.
probably by now it
got
should have
full.
its own, go ahead and,
That didn't sound good.
writable storage.
Oh, hey, hello. I forgot there was a turret at the corner, and all of a sudden I saw the laser pointing off into infinity, and I was like, oh shit. What's it doing?
Yeah. Okay, hold on, I need you to...
I mean, high power is just a straight upgrade to. Okay, so I think
Will
high
it-
power ammo is like hollow point, where it's just more damage, but doesn't have any sort of penetration.
Why won't it go here, I wonder?
There's a little thing in the corner of the ceiling there.
Oh no, here I get, but here I don't. Oh, I see. Problem solved.
Hmm. I wonder if Lee has already attempted his curiosity.
Ooh, I can now make stacks of gas cans. That's good.
Ooh.
Stacks of gunpowder.
Stacks of racks.
I can check. It's back.
Yes.
What's that? Shit. So, and
Yeah.
what level? You're using lever action rifle?
Yep, I got lever action and M60. Oh, actually, I found a slightly better level 6 lever action rifle earlier, so there is another level 6
Ah,
extra
okay. I was gonna say if you wanted, I have. I can make a level 5.
No, I got that. Yeah, remember like I think like the second week of this, which is the first week I was able to play, I like rushed to be able to craft one myself. Here, I dropped a level 6 on the ground right by it.
Oh no, I'm okay. Thank you though.
Well, I know I think it's just you and I who are expecting the snipers.
Oh wait. Oh wait, yeah, no. Where did you put it?
Oh, I think
Cause I looked and I'm like, wait, that is what I'm carrying. Like, oh, I'm being a dumb.
I'm just rocking 2 7.62 guns right now. And eventually I'll be rocking 3 once I find a sniper schematic.
Hmm. Hey, you know what would be a smart thing?
But what?
Not letting myself starve.
No.
Eh.
I'm used to controls from another game.
I don't think at this point that I don't know that we're gonna need a truck, are we?
I mean, if we decide to move somewhere else, maybe, because we had talked about that.
Oh,
I
that's
have the-
right.
I know the accessory schematic, but not the chassis for the truck.
I got both.
Ah.
Dun, 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 dun.
I would like to have a faster vehicle at this point. But I mean, I'm
Motorcycle.
working on tier 4 quests, so I'll probably get that gyrocopter package before too long.
Jeez.
I mean, I can make a lot of.
Whee! Yeah.
Motorcycle. Headlights. That's all I need. Okay.
Whee!
Imagine I'm more of it than it's telling me. Because I don't trust it.
Don't trust what?
Anything.
Fair. A mansion. Why do I feel like this has recently gone through? Yeah. Hmm.
Then
Chorch.
why? Hole in the side of the church.
Mini bike handlebar schematic. Oh boy, I forgot how much fun it is down here.
Hey everyone.
Hey!
Oi!
Oh
So
boy.
I'm going to apologize for the sound in the background for me. I did not think about how hot the server would get
Oh.
since we don't have constant AC going right now, thanks to wonderful
Oh.
electrical requirements. So,
Oh no.
yeah, I'm gonna be muted for a bit while the room gets cooled off. I've got fans blowing everything out, so just letting people know.
Okay.
Alrighty.
More worried about you keeping cool than the server keeping cool.
Meh. I run in ridiculously hot temperatures all the time. That's
Yes, I know. And I
all
worry.
right. And the base has been expanded, and it is. Yeah, I am slowly making it into the Resident Evil Hive.
Nice.
Okay.
Um, Once it's a little bit more established, you guys will. You'll see.
Okay. Are you still planning on doing your experiment?
Yes, I'm actually heading you guys' way so that we can do the experiment.
Okay.
Which is the experiment?
We are testing physics,
Physics.
Oh.
specifically whether or not wrecked can get wrecked.
Oh, those physics.
Well, I'm wondering if you can even dig underneath the box.
I'm thinking that it's going to be similar to the claim blocks, which make a cube of untouchable. So it's
Okay.
going to be a matter of digging down and then trying to dig over. See if we can get underneath.
Oh boy.
And of course, finding where wrecked is. I don't remember where Trader wrecked is.
Interesting. So far, so good.
The pump shotgun in this game makes me sad because shotguns in video games are supposed to have a certain feel to them, and the pump shotgun in this game just sounds wimpy.
Eh.
It also doesn't help that I don't have any shotgun perks, so it is actually wimpy. Oh well.
What? Where did my lockpicks go?
I ate them. They were delicious sustenance.
You ate them?
Yep. All 27,000 of them.
Lockpick. Uh. Not that one. This one. Oh, come on. Are there seriously none here? Rude. Rude. Let's see.
All right, experiment starting.
Uh-oh. I should return for this.
Oh.
I also need to go
Okay.
get lockpicks. Oh, I forgot the little shed. It was worth forgetting there was nothing in it. Lame. Not even a zombie. I don't think I've really gone through this little part of the city that much. Whee! Bringing things back. Doodly doo.
Going.
So, yeah. Apparently, Rec is immune
All the way
from,
down.
all the way down.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Yep.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Quick, somebody play the fail noise.
We learned something today. We cannot wreck wrecked.
Boo.
At least not that way.
Yes.
I have added some more boxes.
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 I need to unlock them. Ammo is now in separate boxes for the type.
Nice.
And I broke the book box into books and then schematics. We got
Okay.
Books and
Dang.
everything else, I guess.
Probably one for recipes would be a good idea.
Do that.
Oh, it was my headset rubbing. What the heck was? I'm losing my mind. Sitting here and I'm like, what is that sound in my right ear? And it was my headset rubbing against the headrest of my chair.
Ah.
Okay, recipes box. There's a lot. No, important.
So arrows don't get a
What?
spot
Oh, fuck.
anymore.
Arrows don't what now anymore?
No spot for arrows anymore.
Oh shoot. I forgot about arrows. Make a new box.
What's the one on the very bottom?
Shotgun shells.
Uh. I need 10 more.
10 more what?
4 more steel.
Is there a reason that the crafts box is basically empty again?
Yes, because I'm making a truck.
Okay.
And I don't feel like sorting things.
Okay.
It'll be back to normal in a few minutes. That's it. Yes. Cool. That's not what I meant to do. Me clicking T.
Huh.
There. Now the craft box is back to normal.
So I guess there's a question of, is the hive still horde ready?
Yes. Yes, it is. In fact, it has. We are up to 3 floors down, 1 ceiling or roof area, which is the only main access, and the walls are trellis with a 1-foot barrier or a 1-block barrier, so that we don't fall off, but we can still shoot out.
Nice.
All right.
And then there is going to be the bottom level, which will be open so that we can do stuff like toss Molotov cocktails down.
Yeah.
And by open, I mean it will have like hatches, not like
Open.
it will not have walls.
Okay.
Cam really wants me to use the pump shotgun because Direct just gave me a level 6-1 as a reward. 4 and a level 5 tactical assault rifle.
Whoa.
Wah.
There's a bunch of ammo creation stuff in the mail.
Nice.
Well, that's where that must have went. Well then. It's alright.
Oh, I
I've
guess-
seen some in the boombox, so I started stacking a bunch in there. I have now since moved it. Speaking of ammo creation, how was that?
Wait, so you took that from the boombox?
And I'll cut you.
Some of it, yeah.
You think you
The stuff
bullet-
that was in the boombox was my stuff.
Here's your pay, Einstein.
The bullet casings and things were for those?
Yeah. So I
Damn.
could make bullets.
Wow.
That would make sense. That you would
Put
want
it
them.
back.
Oh shit! Today is Horde Day, isn't it?
Oh shit, it
Yeah.
is.
I don't like you, but maybe I'll. What are you standing there for? Don't you have work to do?
All right. Well, in that case, I am going to head back in order to put the last floor on the bottom. That way, we have a way of chunking stuff down at the just absolute insane piles of zombies that are going to come running at us.
Hmm.
Alright, yeah, I took, I think, everything I grabbed back into the box.
Thank you.
Although I think I once again fucked up because then I locked it, but it locked it for myself. And I'm dumb because I wasn't thinking, I was like, oh, let's make sure it's locked so I don't do that again. Which I did lock myself out, but I don't know who it's unlocked for now.
Me.
Okay. Hopefully, yes.
No, because I'm the one who put it there.
So that's funny. So if somebody places it, it unlocks it, but anybody tries to relock it, that's really
Yep.
funny. Okay, well that's what I wanted to happen, so it's fine. I'm making another box down here for arrows. Okay, arrows and bolts go in here.
Right. But the other shooting.
You have a lot of arrows, goddamn.
Okay, can't put ergonomic grip on that.
Can I? Those have stuff. I don't.
Crossbows have to use bolts, don't they?
Yeah,
Yes.
you have plenty of those though. You have a level 4 compound crossbow as well.
I have a level 5 that I just got as a quest reward. That's why I was trying to
Very nice.
figure
Oh,
it out.
I can. Hell.
Where do we
Oh.
have crossbow bolts?
In the newly made arrows box.
Ah,
There were shit ton in the mailbox for some reason. Yeah, we got like 461.
it's locked.
I did that thing where I made it and then forgot to unlock it. Look, I made myself a gin and tonic and I just finished it and I'm gonna go grab more bullshit, so I'll be right back.
Aha. Ah, the joys of youth.
Joys of alcohol.
Oh boy. That can stay on that.
Only make high power right now. Have a bunch right now.
Oh, thank goodness. That wasn't what I wanted to do.
Okay. Truck is in the works.
Okie dokie. What?
I'm back.
I put a muffled connectors mod in my shoes.
Now they're really sneakers.
I have the double armor pockets on my shoes. I love shoe pocket.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, duck.
That's a work bench when I come to that. I'm like, who's making a truck in the chemistry?
What are you?
Probably should have realized that's not how that works.
What do you mean it's not how it works?
Are you sure you've just had the one drink?
It's look, I'm just an idiot. It's okay.
Although I will say gin and tonic can hit pretty hard.
I think I made it a little strong as well, but I sipped on it like since I joined the server, so it's
Okay.
fine.
I
That's
mean, that was a long time ago. It's been going for how many weeks now?
Ah, Lord. The hilariousness. Alright, that's a fake laugh. I don't believe your laugh.
Well, yeah, pawns. Why you want to give me ammo but not gun?
Ironically, I cannot put a pocket mod in my shoes.
Oh, the other kids. That song is so wrong.
What?
Pumped Up Kicks. Like, it's so upbeat and happy sounding, and then you pay attention to the lyrics and you're like,
buddy.
no.
I once on YouTube just stumbled into the music video for that. You know, I was like, that's strange.
I've never
I read, like,
seen.
an interview with one of the band members once, and it was like,
Oh, hey,
every
there's a
time,
wandering
like,
horde near me.
when you go to a concert, people want to see it live, but it's like every time he does, he's like, I always have that feeling in the back of my mind. It's like, man, there's like somebody in this crowd who's gonna like, might have been touched by like stuff like this, because actually I don't know when that song came out, but you know the context of the times change over time.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, playing it on stage these days, he's like, I always feel really bad in the back of my mind, or whatever.
Well, I know that it had been out long enough that Weird Al included a parody of it in the last album he did, Mandatory Fun.
Pumped Up Kicks was released in 2010.
Okay. So yeah. But people are like, it's such a happy song. I'm like, no, it's not. It's like people who think that I'll Be Watching You is a love song.
Jesus.
There are so many people like oh shit.
Rip.
Screamers. Still hearing music.
I always hear music. It's in my
Okay.
soul.
Calm down. Okay. I was bent over getting a soda, and all of a sudden, I heard one of those screamers right next to me.
Oh.
And I turned
That's not good.
around.
I turned around and then I died.
Strangely enough, I didn't die for once. I
don't
wish-
believe you.
I wish I could remember the whole list, but like my friends and I in high school made up a list of what we referred to as happy killing songs. And it was all the songs that have like this real like upbeat tempo and you know, poppy kind of music to them, but are actually about killing
Poisoning
people.
pigeons in the park.
Yes.
I think that was probably one of
Dr.
them.
Demento.
But, I know we had Maxwell's Silver Hammer on there, but Pumped Up Kicks would have been on that list if it had existed. It's just like,
Good.
buh, 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 buh.
All right. The building is ready, so anytime anyone wants to come over here, I am 0% certain zombie proof.
Awesome.
Sweet. I mean, neither was
Uh,
the last one, so nothing new for us to deal with.
This is true.
Just zombies.
It's not like they're gonna
Some
eat your brains or anything.
Or any other part of you.
Nom 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 nom.
Num-nums.
It's num nums time.
Nom, 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 nom.
Why do I feel like Num Nums would be like the name of one of those like really specific genre of movies from the 80s where it's the cute thing turns into horror movie?
Because
it probably is.
what the fuck are they called?
Gremlins?
Yes.
Like in the Gremlins family of horror movies.
Yes.
Num Nums. Oh. Okay, so what are Num Noms?
Num nums.
No, not num-nums. Num-noms.
That's what I was saying. Num
Nom
num.
nom these nuts. Ah,
Got him. The
Oh yeah, we need ladders, don't we? Ladders might be useful in getting to the different levels of this base, huh?
nah.
There we go. All right, and every floor is going to have at least 4 chests.
At least for death.
Chests.
Oh, sorry.
Storage units.
Did not mean to fire inside the base. Was clicking back into the window after trying to see if there was a num-nums movie.
Uh-oh. I have a quest at the Shaka Messiah. So I guess that's gonna be getting repaired.
Oh, make sure we get our stuff from there first.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That actually might have some good materials for tonight.
This is also a good point.
The only container I found full of stuff was the hardened chest, so
Yeah,
yeah, that should be
that's
all.
probably the only one that survived.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, Grandpa's moonshine recipe in the farm bundle 3.
Nice.
Moonshine.
Airdrop. Moonshine. As opposed to sunshine.
And I need.
Funny story. Another term for moonshine back in the day was Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah, that's how the soda got its name, isn't it?
Yep, that is exactly how
You
the
mean
soda.
they don't put real mountains in Mountain Dew?
Oh, you poor summer child.
I mean, most of the stuff in here just looks like assorted random things, but I'll grab it anyway. Wait, what the? I took everything out of there, and now the hardened chest says it's untouched again. Wait, what?
Oh yeah, because it'll
It'll
reset.
respawn, but not really.
No, it'll respawn. So if you open it again, there'll be new stuff in there.
That is interesting. Good thing I don't have any inventory space now. Sure enough. Magnum Enforcer. Robotic turret schematic. Neat, I guess.
Alright, chests are up, and ladder is available. Now stocking things with what little explosives I have left.
Okay. I mean, with day around, explosives aren't going to be an issue, I believe.
Gonna say, do we need more boom? More boom can happen.
Always need more boom.
Well, more
Okay.
boom is always useful, but fire is the true star for this one.
Good.
Molotov cocktails.
We need to invite Molly.
Molotovs are favorite.
Because the zombies are going to come to the pit, fall into the pit, and then we will be able to drop mollies on their heads. And there will be large numbers of them following this course of action.
Hello. The hole
Oh,
has expanded.
Yes.
Holy.
Yes, it has. I do not have anywhere to put vehicles yet.
That's okay.
Um,
I mainly was coming over to drop off some ammunition.
You can store them in our pants.
This is true. Or in a box inside.
that reminds me of a YouTube video about the horse pocket.
The horse pocket.
Yes. The
That's
horse.
kind of amazing.
I will share it after I make some slopes for zombies to slide down.
Okay.
Mm.
Let's see.
So bottom floor is going to be where we want explosives. Upper floors are going to be for more general firearms.
Okay.
All the windows are shoot through, so no worries.
Boxes are locked.
Give me 1 second. Fuck them. Damn it, Andrew.
It's
What?
contagious.
I'm blaming you for me forgetting to unlock all the boxes.
Fair. Seems fair. Understandable.
Oh.
Much oil and fabric as I can find.
There we go. 1 floor down. The windows do not protect from cops, so
Okay.
anything that spits will still get through.
Okay.
Blah.
Once they fall, you don't have to worry about them anymore, though.
Okay.
Oh. What?
This is a pretty cool
Yeah.
layout.
It's very utilitarian. And, yeah. All of the doors down here open up.
Uh-oh.
So be careful on the bottom floor. Well, it's so that we can throw Molotovs out.
Yeah, that's not why
If you
I
try to-
unknowed. There's things.
Oh no.
Already down there? Yeah, probably.
I don't know about already down there, but I saw Lumberjack walking around along the upper edge.
Oh, that's pretty normal.
Yeah, it does not surprise me. Alright. Let's see. I need a shape that's got a nice little slope to it. We're going to use the wedge. We need a sharp wedge.
I am
Love these shooting open doors.
I am
instead of
stuck.
opening them like a normal person.
I am stuck.
What are you stuck in?
The drawbridge.
Oh,
Oh.
just press E. It
Yeah.
opens.
Yeah, I know, but the dude was there and I didn't want to...
More gas is not a problem. Oh,
Said,
maybe it slightly
stay
is.
down, bitch. I fell in a hole.
There's a big one here, so be careful.
What's that? Fall in the big hole?
Yes. There is
Whoa.
definitely a way of getting out of there. This was... assuredly not created to be a pit of death.
I mean, why
Well,
would it? So.
well, there is a ladder. At least part way.
Yes.
Hello, screamer that has screamed even though you didn't even see me because you were outside. Seems a little unfair, but okay.
Screamers. Fair. You funny.
You know, Lee, there if you want more armor, there's armor at the storage base.
Nah, I'm fine.
You got a fuck ton of armor.
For a moment, I thought you were just gonna say you gotta fuck, and I was like, really confused.
Fuck! All of a sudden, my brain thought of the cute little puppy. Remy, sit.
Yup.
Remy, speak. Fuck!
Fuck!
Good boy. Oh, that's a bear.
Yep, there are lots of those around here.
Unbelievable.
Uh,
I know, my jokes are unbearable as well.
And yet we love them still.
This is true.
You shouldn't.
Doesn't mean we don't.
Fuck.
Fuck!
Fuck.
Fuck!
So, when I was setting up...
No!
No! Oh,
Okay, almost.
no! When I was setting up my sound alerts that people could use channel points for, I'm going through and listening to all kinds of different sounds because they've got like thousands of sounds available on that thing.
Yep.
And one of them is this like cute little kid voice going, "Hello, motherfucker."
Oh yeah, that.
Nice.
I'm like,
I love that clip.
I'm like, I have no idea what this is from.
Oh, you haven't seen that? I don't know what it's
No.
from either, but I've seen the clip at least.
No, but it's just like I'm like going through all these things, and all of a sudden it's like I had hit, you know, the ever classic surprise motherfucker, and so there was nothing.
Surprise, motherfucker.
There was nothing indicating
These
that
pies,
this
motherfucker.
some pies,
Sorry.
motherfucker.
Rude dies,
You lied.
motherfucker.
He lies, motherfucker.
Yeah, so I
I'm
was
sorry.
like, I was expecting it to be like the same, you know, sort of thing, and then it's just all of a sudden it's just this little kid voice, and I'm like, well, that was unexpected.
Nice.
Nobody expects Spanish Inquisition.
I always expect the Spanish Inquisition.
That's what you think, but in reality, you expect it so little that it's literally impossible to fathom what they might do. Your head will explode if you try to
Okay.
fathom the fathoms of the deep.
I saw a thing online, someone was having a prank war with someone at their office. And they did the ever classic tape something over the sensor on the bottom of the mouse.
Yep.
They taped the Spanish Inquisition on there.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Exactly. You know what? I'm not going to fill that hole in again because your turret's just going to make it again.
True.
Oh.
There's a lot
Should
of
I, like-
holes out front because of that.
You know what I'm thinking is to put it on top of a thing.
Yeah, like at least on top of a block, because with where it is now, when it tries to shoot things that are further down range, it just blasts a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
And there's also the risk of us not remembering and leaving a vehicle in front of it and it getting obliterated.
Yep.
Probably not a desirable outcome.
Generally not.
Probably.
Nope.
Only on Tuesdays.
But it's Friday.
Exactly.
Fridays are just Tuesdays with an F.
It's Friday, Friday.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who had that pop into their head.
The whole only on Tuesdays thing, I totally just fucking ripped that for my friend, and now I'm saying it all the time, unironically.
Those are the
damn you, Steve. You're never gonna hear this, but damn you.
those are the best.
See.
Those
Now
are the
we have
best
to find
things.
Steve and let him know.
Now every
you
stream
actually
is the
found
search
him,
for Steve.
First off, that's creepy. Second off, good luck. I would be very impressed.
No, person I'd be surprised if people found was a kid I went to school with. I only ever saw him for 2 years in my high school. I never knew his real name, and he does not appear anywhere in the yearbook.
Oh.
There are no pictures of him in the yearbook at all.
Are you sure he wasn't just like a ghost who fucking died there years ago?
No, because teachers interacted with him. Like, he's the reason that my school wasn't allowed to go to the one Shakespeare festival anymore.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he was part of the reason. The rest of us didn't help. We were performing a play based on Shakespeare, and it went off the rails during the performance, and it never recovered, and they asked us not to come back.
Damn.
Oh.
Yeah, we got bawled
Sounds
out
like a
by
good performance.
we got bawled out by the teacher. We got bawled out by the teacher on the bus on the way home from that one.
I bet.
Then again, they never had the festival again after that year. It was the first and only year they had it, so.
Lol.
They got there like, these kids are never gonna fucking appreciate this shit anyway.
It was run by one of the other high schools in the county, so they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do the arts and get the other schools involved," and we're like, "Heck yeah!" And we actually wrote like a good play, and for some reason, something went wrong, and people went off script, and on the way, like, getting onto the bus there, the person who was playing the friar picked a bunch of dandelion leaves and stuffed them in this pouch that he had hanging around his neck, and he kept asking people if they wanted weeds. And he would give,
nice.
and he would give, like, in character, like, we're supposed to be doing the play, and he's like, "You want some weeds?" And so it just like turned into like all these Shakespearean characters getting high on dandelion leaves. And that was the end of that. So this kid, I only ever knew him by Z. He was like this major conspiracy theorist. And he like intentionally.
And that's why you can't find him now.
Exactly.
They found out.
And he worked really hard to make sure that there were no pictures of him in the yearbook, and we all thought like,
damn.
Oh yeah, because he didn't want there to be any proof that he existed. You okay? Uh-oh.
Yep.
Wrong pipe.
Yep. Just nope. Hilarious joke.
I fell off the base.
Laughing and breathing at the same time.
Yep.
Breathing's overrated.
He didn't want there to be proof that he existed. He moved into the school district my junior year, so like it's not like there were pictures of him as a kid in earlier things. Like, if it weren't for the fact that teachers interacted with him, I would think that like I had like an imaginary friend in high school, because this guy was so weird. That the fact that teachers interacted with him and that he gave me the best hamburger recipe I've ever had for
That
teriyaki
was
ginger
not where I thought
hamburgers.
that was going.
Now you have me. Now you have my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
He
I
gave
love
me
cheeseburgers.
he gave me a recipe for teriyaki ginger hamburgers,
Huh.
and it's the best burger recipe I've ever made. So,
Okay.
and I know I'm not creative enough in the kitchen to come up with it. So, either I had participated in some high grade mass hallucination, or he actually existed.
I mean, that is possible.
It is, considering there is in fact arsenic in the water of that school.
Okay. What the? I know I said this the other day. And I'm like, seriously, what the fuck kind of school did you go to? What the fuck kind of high school did you go to?
Apparently a very interesting one.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh. I'm supposed to be hauling ammunition over to the base.
I'm just
Especially
gonna grab literally
because
all of the 7.62.
we got
Fuck it.
5 hours until
Yeah.
sundown.
I have all of the 7.62. Just all of it.
Nice.
I'm just making the last of.
Us?
I've got all the 9mm. Oh.
Oh. Well, I know this works,
My steel arrows.
as I almost fall into the hole that I'm building the ramps for.
Oh no. Don't do that.
Well, I'm just found out that it's like,
Sleeping
oh,
bag.
these ramps work.
Grab steel arrows.
Need me to help carry anything, Day?
The arrows, by the way, that are in the workbench are for you.
Oh, okay.
I saw some explosive ones in there. That should be fun.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got flaming. And we got exploding. Very nice.
There we go. Oh! Zombie fog! We got zombie fog.
Uh-oh.
Well, I gotta put my nerdy glasses on for more experience. Sweet succulent XP.
Hey, man.
We shouldn't need more than 21 of the special stews, right?
I have
Sure, no.
92 on my
I
plate.
have 165. I also have 196 beers and 388 medicine.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Well, then I'll just keep those on me. So we don't... So you've got all the special meds then, so we don't need regular meds. Well...
Yep.
Do you think we should take some splints and or casts?
You know,
That
that's not a
might
bad
be-
idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a stack of splints and a stack of casts.
You know what else we need?
What?
Bed rolls.
Yes, everybody
Bed
remember
rolls.
bed
You're
rolls.
right.
I got one for me.
I have one for me as well.
I have mine already in there.
Woo!
Right, right.
Yeah, I went to a very interesting high school. Some highlights from when I was there, just as kind of a headline. The school almost sued a student because he bought the domain susquehanna.com and made an entire website about how horrible the school was.
Ah.
Yeah,
Impressive.
that was amazing. That played out over a couple of years. Fun fact, they couldn't take him to court because it was all completely on the up and up. And he eventually turned it into an art portfolio website. But
That is so funny.
after he graduated, but for like 3 years or more, the .com for my school went to this website that told about like all the horrible things.
Goddamn.
Let's see. A student's science fair project discovered arsenic in the drinking water.
Need some 762 day?
Not yet.
Multiple sex scandals of varying types over the years.
Oh, that's normal for any.
That's
school.
pretty standard for American schools these days.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was the time that they locked the bathrooms because the kids shit in the sink.
That was a good story.
There was
Okay.
there was the time that somebody took off. They left, like, our building was like really long and skinny, and so there were like wings to the building.
I'm just
and
gonna let the rest of those go ahead and take the rest of
somebody took off. I was in middle school when this happened, but somebody took off through the emergency exit doors at the end of the one wing and went running up into the woods on the mountainside behind the school. And they actually pulled teachers from the middle school and elementary school to help hunt them down.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Yeah, that was
What type of shit teachers have to deal with. Man.
that was entertaining. All of us middle school kids were just hoping they'd get away because it's like, go, run, be free.
Seriously.
Agape.
Escape. Oh. I know of at least 2 times where actions I took led to new rules being implemented. There are probably more, and if my mom was on, she would probably be like, "Oh my god." Like, I know when I was in elementary school. Oh, hey, I'm freezing.
Yes.
Nope.
You generally need to be inside the building in order not to, since we are in a frozen biome.
Okay, yeah, I am inside and I'm still freezing.
Make sure
Okay.
you're near a torch, then.
Okay.
Should be a lot
On
of
the
them.
way.
Can you share a map point for me?
Waypoint.
Yeah, when I was
Dropping in the road, don't want to, yes.
when I was in elementary school, there wasn't like any kind of fence around the playground, and like if you kicked a ball out far enough, like it would go out by the stone sign for the school. And I had planned an escape in elementary school that involved kicking a ball out that far and then hiding behind the sign on the road side of it where they couldn't see me from the playground, and then waiting till everybody went in and walking home, because I vastly underestimated how far away from home school actually was.
Jesus.
And if some kid hadn't ratted me out when I went to hide behind the sign, it probably would have succeeded.
God.
And yeah, then there was a new rule that if a ball got kicked out into the field further than a certain point, you had to get a teacher go get it. And they also made a rule in high school that if that students couldn't use the payphone during school hours. If you needed to make a call, if you needed to like call your parents or something, you had to do it from the office. You couldn't use the payphones. That one was also because of me. Because one day I got tired of their bullcrap and I called my mom on the payphone and told her to come pick me up. And she did.
That's amazing.
They were like, she got to the school and she was like, I'm here to pick up my daughter, and they're like, what? I had a good reason. It wasn't just I just don't want to be here. I had an incident with the nurse that was completely unnecessary. And I was like, you know what? F these people, I'm going home.
I understand.
Yeah.
Should I be putting it better on a certain spot in here, or just anywhere?
No, just pick a spot.
Oh, those trapdoors on the bottom level are dangerous.
Those are
So
danger
the trapdoors
ops.
on the bottom are so that we can throw mollies down.
Yeah, I got that, but it's also so
Danger
I
ops.
fall
Yeah.
through them. What
Yeah,
the
don't
fuck?
go
Nice.
through them.
Are you okay if I put a turret on a box up here?
Go for it. Should be fine.
Okay, on this first level, when you come down the
Yes.
ladder, I have put... Where did I put things? There is shotgun ammunition. If you're looking at the ladder, the box to the right of it has... Okay, something's shooting.
The bunny is getting murdered.
So is the ground.
Hey Jenny, so this
Yeah.
bedroll is the one I picked up from Shaka Messiah.
And you're missing.
Oh wait, what? It was pink, I swear. What the fuck?
Yeah, when you pick it up, it'll be whatever color it was. You'll see it a color, but then you can choose it.
Oh my god, the dirt is being obliterated.
You're
snow
deleting
is.
the
It's not
earth.
accurate.
Jesus fuck.
Well,
It's gonna waste all its ammo.
Oh no, it's still on one. It's still on the first nail.
Oh,
Screamer.
Oh! Fuck.
no, because it destroyed all
let
that
the
dirt.
screamers come.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we have a little pre-horde test.
Mhm. They should push. Yeah.
There. Nope. There we go.
no.
There.
Oh,
There.
okay,
There
bye.
we go. Goodbye.
Huh. Well then. So isn't there like a ladder on the side here that they're gonna collect at?
Yes.
Let's see, where...
Just need to figure out which wall. Okay, so it's gonna be the wall across from the internal ladder. So that pillar has a ladder on it.
Oh yeah, I see. So all these floors are for shooting pretty much at the ladder.
And anything that comes flying through or...
a lot of shit spawned.
Yeah.
That was not what I meant.
Another screamer.
Yay!
I heard her, but I don't know
What
where she
direction?
is. I don't know.
Oh.
I heard her, but I didn't see her.
Oh. They are coming up the ladder. Very
Oh.
slowly.
That's it. Check. Okay.
Does anyone have a spare bedroll?
I can make you one.
That would be appreciated.
I am standing like right on top of a torch and I'm still freezing.
All right.
Do you need a
Campfire. And
Well, you know what? It's because I'm wearing the special tank top. That's why I have
Bedroll.
absolutely zero temperature issues. That explains it.
Yeah.
all right, and here's a campfire. I'll just put it like right here.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank.
And I will put one on each floor
Oh,
so that
need wood for it. You wouldn't happen to have any wood, would you?
I do. Give me just a second.
I'll call myself out on it. Day, there's a
Oh,
bedroll here for
repair
you.
kits.
I got some repair kits.
I have 2.
Yes. Where is here?
He's over there.
Oh,
I got more should you need.
but I
Thank
meant
you.
the bedroll was where?
It had been right
Uh,
here.
I dropped it like right here. Give me 1 second. I'll make another one.
Oh, I didn't realize it was dropped. I'm sorry.
No worries. Boop. Here you go. Bedroll.
My Molotovs are ready.
It's interesting. I'm still freezing, even though we've got the fire, and it's got the fire symbol on me.
Yeah.
Oh, because the snow makes you.
It's
100%
just the cold instead of freezing. It's the orange one instead of the red one.
Oh no, I've got the red one.
You've got the red one? Huh.
Yeah.
He also has like basic plant fiber clothes.
Yeah.
I have bare minimum clothes. All right, who's ready to see how well this thing stacks up?
Me.
I'm
We,
ready for
we need the drawbridge
Molotovs.
up. Yes, awesome.
This gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah. This gonna be fun.
Shooting time.
tootin' cowboy shoot.
Rootin' tootin'
And
cowboy Putin.
since we are all bunched up here, we should get all the zombies,
Yay!
all the XP.
I bet we'll get
Here
at
we
least 2 of them.
go.
Here they come.
You see some?
Oh, we got a cop.
Oh, there
East
we go.
side.
There we go.
There they go falling. There's the back side.
Oh, where is that cop?
He might have already fallen.
No.
I think it did. Oh!
Oh shit, Day, you're on fire.
I'm okay. Oh my god. I set a bird on fire.
Oh my god, they climbed to the top of the ladder, and then the ones on the bottom push the other ones up even like 10 blocks further.
Oh jeez.
That's funny.
Oh!
Shoot him in the legs a little bit so they'll just keep falling all the way. That's a lot of birds.
Probably because of the pathing issues. Since they can't really get to us, the birds are going to be a much higher priority.
What the shit? The spread pattern of the shotgun, the reticle, is less accurate when I aim down sights. Okay.
Shit.
That ain't what you want.
Nope.
You were still on fire there for a bit.
Damn it!
Ooh.
Yep, because I'm out of water.
I have some water.
I have more than water.
Yep, I'm dead.
Oh.
Ha!
And that's why you place a bedroll.
Yep.
Great. The best thing about the oh my god, you see that? What the? See that?
I did that.
What the heck?
Day gave me exploding crossbow bolts.
Oh, I didn't see the explosion. Wait, what the? Somebody just hit a trader?
I gave you things in your backpack. They are helpful.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jenny, on my screen it just looked like they just leapt towards me. I'm not seeing the explosions from the bolts.
And the ding you're hearing is when it's hitting bedrock.
Yep.
I think my favorite thing about the ladder is that it brings him within shotgun range. Finally, a way to use shotgun shells on Horde Knight.
Let's see.
Honestly,
I just love watching them sliding down and falling into the pit.
yeah, it's pretty fantastic.
I love watching them burn.
I honestly don't see how zombies get into this thing. They have to tear down all of the supports,
Yep.
and they don't seem to want to do that.
So the ladder is the reason why they're not trying to pull down the supports.
Yeah. Path of least resistance.
They think they can get to us at the top of the ladder.
Bingo. And that's one of the reasons why I have the top of the ladder just a little bit above our lowest floor.
Because they think they can kind of make the jump, but they can't get more than like a hit in before they just fall all the way down.
Yep. Because when they turn around to make the jump, they usually drop.
They're going after the center support.
They are. Oh yeah, I see. Oh, I don't feel comfortable standing near this hole.
You said they're going after the central support?
Yeah,
A bit.
they're kind of congregating.
I see him. Well, shit.
That's the sound of somebody setting those stalls on fire right here.
You should have. Yep, you have a beer.
I am now fuzzy eyed.
Yep.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, you see what I mean by they're kind of congregating there.
Well, not after a few explosives. There's a boar down there.
There's a boar.
Yes.
Nice.
I think they're a bit more because he's trying to go up the ladder. I won't let them.
Hey, thank God the screeching stopped. Mostly.
Need the remaining shooting better at it.
No, the birds.
'Cause I'm definitely getting better at it.
Oh,
Herb!
hi. Burb is dead.
There's a lot of cops getting all the way up here.
Oh,
Oh, demo!
Where?
I'm gonna snipe him. There's a couple of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are several demos down there.
I think it's because we got so many zombies.
If we're gonna like lag and then accidentally walk too
Oh,
far.
there. Okay. Okay, well at least I got one zombie. Or one demo. And then a cop blew up the other. Little shit.
I still see two demos currently over there. Lot of shit down there.
Yep.
Are they like down?
Oh, yeah, they're on the very bottom.
Okay.
Oh, I think I got one.
I got a lot of them.
Yeah, they're like the base of the ladder. Got two birds.
Come on.
There is one downside to how this entire thing is set up.
Loot.
Bingo.
There's some dude that looks like Bane running around up here. There was a guy up here who looked like Bane.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
At least I'm not the only one that has caught fire tonight.
Yeah, but you did it on your own accord.
It's true.
That just means we're the two hottest people here.
There we go. That works.
Okay, come here, cop. Or just don't.
Eat arrows, Sheldon. There are so many birds up top.
Oh yeah.
Go clear him out again.
The ladder's missing.
Yep.
One second.
That's
No. This is good without, because otherwise I'm just gonna destroy it.
Okay. Dad.
Did you set yourself on fire again?
Yep.
Do you need another beer?
I'll survive.
I have water if you need it.
Should be okay. I think I'm just smoldering now.
Yeah, you're good.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
There was a collision issue?
Oh. Oh no, I just saw a blue arrow zoom past me.
Oh no! Oh no!
Also, hello, bird corpse.
I'm lighting everything on fire.
Oh, including
Oh.
yourself.
Oh.
You should demo climbing the ladder.
Oh, for death.
What on earth?
Yeah, I caught fire again, and I was going to die. And it's like... Let's see. So this is gonna be... the loot hole.
Wow.
Oh.
Shit!
What? Why would you do that though?
I wasn't trying to.
I mean, I gathered that, but it still looks really funny from my perspective.
Looking to see what angles. Oh, I'm out of explosive bolts.
So...
Oh no! They're attacking where the bridge touches.
Good.
And
Oh,
burning.
good. I still got my dynamite. Alright.
I am on fire.
Not a fun thing to be.
I mean, but I'm already flaming.
Honestly, I know the explosives are doing way more.
I am not still on fire, game. Headshot.
No! Damn it!
Oh my god.
What?
Quick, put your explosive on your hotbar. Oh.
Oh.
I did. I've got my dynamite on my hotbar. That's the reason why when I spawned back in, I still had some.
I see.
I need to make something safer than these portholes.
Yeah. Is there anything that you can... Are there any blocks that you can throw explosives through?
No.
What you could
Unfortunately, they're
do
really...
is put railing or trellis underneath the trapdoor.
I mean, yes, but the dynamite wouldn't go through?
Oh, that's right. It doesn't go through there. I forgot.
I'm still here. Did you just wait? Oh.
So, I think the lag is causing my aim to be a bit off with thrown items,
Okay.
which is what's causing my problem and why I keep lighting on fire.
That would make sense.
I'm not having so much aim problems from lag, but more that I'll accidentally hit the railing or the outer railing.
Yeah.
Like, the outer bars are close enough that in some spots, if I try throwing, I will die. Or catch on fire, at least.
Not good. Come on, fall through. Yes.
His arms are on fire.
Yes.
Boom. We are killing them efficiently enough, though, that every time I've died, I have not gone into negative XP for very long.
That's pretty cool. That's a
That
good
is
sign.
pretty cool.
I think I've got like 5 levels so far.
I haven't paid attention. I just keep
Oh,
setting them
son
on
of a-
fire.
I
Oh,
keep
not
setting
again.
me on fire!
Oh, I almost set me on fire that time.
Oh, I'm getting a little bit of lag.
Okay, yeah. Alright.
Looks like they're changing angles again.
Oh my god. What?
Died
That
so
one
much.
was intentional.
Yep.
Were you trying
Like,
to
I lit on
jump?
fire again, and I was like, fuck it.
Oh. Alright, I'm not seeing any new spawns.
Well, we got
Yay.
before, so. Alright, it's time to go down there.
We just need to make letters.
No!
We can't leave. Well then.
Fuck!
What?
Somebody appears to have who was a few meters away and now be 30 meters away.
At least mostly they're dead and I can still run.
Ladder's on this side. I wonder. Oh my god! Oh, they're following me.
Oh, I imagine they are.
Okay, it's making them easy.
Oh yeah. That's the idea.
7 skills. Oh my god.
It also gives me a moment to take more of my medicine.
Alright.
Woo! Oh! Oh, I barely caught the ladder. Sweet. Alright, time to start grabbing loot bags.
Hell
Is
yeah.
it yellow, blue, red? Which ones are like the best?
Red.
Orange, red are the best.
Okay, I'll go for those first.
So it's
Yeah,
time
there's
to...
only a few of them.
Do we have a way to get out of there?
Yes.
Okay.
Lucky got them.
Do we have boxes to put things in the meantime?
Yes.
Like while we're
There
collecting?
should be. Yes, there should be a ton of boxes upstairs.
Well, I mean here, so that we can just continue collecting them.
Actually, yes. 1 second. Boop. Boop, boop. Do. And do. There's 2 storage chests unlocked.
Actually got a couple of my arrows back.
Nice. There's a couple more arrows lying around, but I think you got all the bags.
Back here.
By the
Alright, I am going to even out the floor a bit so that
Okay.
it's a little easier to get larger horde bundled up,
Okay.
because with the little pits and valleys, if you wind up throwing a Molotov into a pit, then it
Kind of stays
doesn't
there.
spread. Yeah.
Ouch!
Sorry, I did not realize you were right here next to me.
I'm collecting the snowballs.
Ah.
so glad that the encumberment is not weight-based.
Yeah.
Yes. So, opinions on this horde base?
Works pretty well.
I
Yeah.
think it's on the right track.
All right, recommendations?
I think maybe there needs to be like little catch platforms partway down.
For the zombies or for us?
Either
probably.
slash both. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I think that
a-
with the hatches in the bottom, instead of having it be just a hole that we yeet things through, perhaps having a ladder go down to like a little platform. Like maybe just like a one block
so I won't
platform.
fall down like that again.
Yeah. And
With-
so that it's easier for us to send them with less obstruction. We don't
Yeah.
throw them at the floor as often.
Yeah. It would help with the falling issue, and it would help with the fire issue. No more self-immolation,
Okay.
or at least reduce it.
No more unintentional self-immolation.
There
I
we
s-
go.
That's fair. Because I think if we go down just a couple blocks from the floor level, right against that center pillar. Oop. Too close to each other there. Why am I getting hurt still?
Mm.
What is hurting me over here?
You dying of starvation or cold?
No, I'm not starving. I just ate one of the stews not that long ago.
Oh,
my
oh wow.
God, they're magnetizing to you. What the hell?
Dude.
So press and hold E when you're close to a bunch of them. And like I don't know if this is just because I'm like server admin and it's doing something funky because of that, but that's what I did, and it just did all that, which is so cool.
That is kind of cool.
Makes cleanup a lot easier. Alright, I am going to see if there is a sharper sloped option. See
Yeah.
about putting that as like the third step down, since we've got the first two and that didn't, it seemed to kind of work, but
Yeah.
not as effective as what I was hoping. What?
Screamer.
Oh, yeah. So you guys might want to go up the ladder then.
It doesn't go all the way up.
Fuck
Oh,
it.
the one in the middle. Oh, God.
The one in the middle. The one in the middle. Because we're gonna start getting
Incoming.
another horde going. Yep.
That's, yeah, it's gonna be a heat horde.
We need some more ladders. The ones at the very top are broken.
This is why I have bullets.
Nice. We're almost finished with smoothing out.
I used almost none of my bullets that whole horde night.
Same.
So, I just Molotoved the shit out of them.
I was Yeah, arrows, crossbow bolts. The exploding crossbow bolts were especially helpful.
Yeah, when I think this is kind of the result that Deb wanted with her the like line of
Make
crawly
them crawl.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, like funnel them into a smaller area so that you can take them out easier. Yeah.
And with the idea with getting them so that they're crawling so that, you know, it's easier to get headshots. I think it was just the fact that she didn't have time to fully build that, and then we tried to use it, that led to its failure the way it did. I don't think that was anything on her design.
Oh no. I'm just saying that I think that this is basically like the same premise,
Yeah.
different execution.
Yep. Different type of funnel.
I was shooting. Even if the explosives were doing way more, I was having fun. I made the M60 goddamn, and I wanted to use it.
I love how climbing down the ladder makes sounds like I'm walking in snow.
You're right. Oh. Good thing I was running. I grabbed as much of it as I could, but I did leave a bunch of my ammo on the chest upstairs.
Look how much of the... Oh my gosh.
What?
Just... how much of this
Damage.
pillar is gone.
Yeah, I need to reinforce it. Send up another one similar to this pillar. Do a 3-stack with the titanium.
Yeah.
What if you put ladders on all 4 pillars? Would that
It's spread
allow
out.
them to go up instead of...
Yeah,
staying
the
on?
idea is we keep them tighter. So let's see.
It's not just you. Oh, what?
Looking at something that might work.
Oh man, they were digging a hole over here.
Mm-hmm.
An impact driver with those things. Level 1, but that's cool.
So now I can't get up the top pole when I need to.
Nah, there's some ladders missing.
No,
Yeah.
I mean the top.
Ah, need an additional ladder.
Yes, there's ladder missing.
Also a trap door missing over here.
Yeah.
What? Where did the chest and torch go?
Probably
I
got
Destroyed.
melted by acid.
Shit. There was
Mhm.
a lot of ammo in some of those.
Yeah.
Oh well. I think it was the shotgun shell one that was right there though, so who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Well, that's
But
not what
this
the-
one,
I almost
this one
bumped it
had
right
my
off.
arrows.
We can always make more.
Yeah. But it had my stacks that the boxes I had made. Oh well.
I guess I'm gonna go back. Let's see.
Ah!
Alright, yo. Okay?
I went to go up the ladder and I just went sliding down. Like, did not grab it at all.
generally not the way it is intended to work.
There's only one ladder here. For getting back in, there's only one ladder at the top.
Which means that they took down those. Okay, 1 second.
Get there. Yeah! Oh no, come on.
Yeah, they were coming at this side pretty hard towards the
Yeah!
end.
Oh no, come on, come on, come on. I'm so close, I'm so close.
There you go.
God damn it. I'm still...
What?
I was still having trouble.
I got lots of snowballs. Ugh.
Okay, so that's one chest empty.
Uh. Ah! Why am I having difficulties?
Mm.
Difficult lemon difficult.
Not sure.
Oh, that could have been really dumb. I walked over a campfire.
Alright, almost all of this is just reconstruction supplies and
Should I leave reconstruction supplies in here? I don't know what all is needed.
I have no idea.
No, we should be good.
I don't know why this popped into my head now, but Day, I noticed you were putting some dinos on Wander and using the dino leash earlier. I implore you, do not do that with all of your raptors because wandering creatures.
Oh yeah,
will
can mate it. Mating.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put
Yes.
them on Wander.
Okay, awesome.
Oh boy.
Sounds
I
like
re-
if
I
they
read
do that, we will have
that.
an extremely big mess, and I'm going to tear my hair out.
Talk about a
Oh, we're
population
good.
explosion.
Yeah, there actually used to not be an enable mating option. It was always just enable wandering, and then people would just weigh down their creatures so they wouldn't move.
Oh my god.
Or there's an S plus thing called the hitching
Optimized.
post, where you can make them wander, but hitch them on the hitching post and they won't move.
All right. Yes, I have found the slope that I need.
Yay.
Like a y equals mx plus b kind of slope, or are we looking like a quadratic formula, or...
I don't know, but somebody needs to have a sit down
I'm
with
gonna stop
math and
doing
tell it.
work right now.
Like somebody needs to have a sit down with math and tell it that, like, you know, you don't need us to find your X. And I don't care why. Ugh.
Oh, hold on. I have arrows for you.
Arrows. Your shirt matches your shoes.
Oh, hold on. I left some of them here.
That's dog food. Crossbow bolts. Airing arrows. Dog food?
Oh my god, there is
Yes.
just a
Okay.
fucking gouge in the earth out front of where the turret was.
Really?
Yeah. There's a reason why I took it down right away.
My god.
It worked
Oh my
really
god.
well when it was super high up.
And I was referencing at the storage base.
Oh yeah. I took a look at the trench that it made when it was going after the bunny.
Yeah.
Making a wyvern trench over here.
I better
But
not
yeah,
bring
after
my
it
owl
did that to the
anywhere.
bunny, I took it down. I was like,
Yeah.
nope.
I just say I really appreciate that the game has like an auto sort chests thing. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, that's like there's like mods for that in Minecraft. It's like, man, that should be a default
Yep.
option in like every game where we have storage.
Quality of life, man. Quality of life.
Arc just doesn't work like that. You know, I guess it's always sorted by. I guess you can choose from some options.
Yeah. But that's just because that game's optimized.
Yes, me too.
Ark has options?
Yeah, like when you're looking at inventories, you can sort by like name or weight, ascending, descending.
Sarcasm.
I wasn't entirely sure that was sarcastic or not.
Oh, yeah, no.
That was pretty good.
I have no gas.
I'll send you some of the root beer milk.
That won't give me gas, that'll give me worse.
Well then maybe I shouldn't send you the root beer milk.
Yeah, no. As much as Justin is really curious about it, but also kind of horrified.
Also, I doubt that it would hold up well going through the mail in this heat.
I mean, you could technically overnight it with a fridge.
Oh.
Not with a fridge, but like with a...
Oh. My brain just tried to imagine what the smell of that gone bad would be, and
Oh no. Why would you do that to yourself?
'Cause my brain hates me, that's why. Ugh. It doesn't help I'm a very sensory person, so I'm like, yeah, I can actively imagine what that would smell like, and it's like, ugh.
There's a reason why I go...
Ugh. Okay, I gotta stop and take like a sip of my drink because like, I'm like, yeah, I need to take a sip of my drink.
Yep.
Yes! This works. I have Ultra Slope.
Where?
Ultras.
Woohoo!
Whoa!
Okay. Okay, Mouth has been overwhelmed by Mountain Dew. All is right with the world.
So my thought is we have it as a sharp slope at the top and then a more gradual slope at the bottom so that they just kind of push themselves along. They don't it kind of will act like they'll see the softer slope as a platform, but they'll just kind of push themselves off.
Yeah.
as
What
they
the
just
fuck?
back
What
up. What?
Oh, pardon me.
I'm gonna have to go through these recordings and make some clips because whatever the fuck just happened was hilarious.
Okay then.
And I'm not sure how to describe it other than my bike decided to park itself.
Okay.
All right.
That
That's
sounds. It sounds like that might have
yeah.
been less than convenient.
It sounds pretty
Oh
obvious.
no, it was actually really convenient, just very odd. Odd. Odd is a word for it.
Odd is a good word in general.
It is.
Um, building. Those back.
Yeah, why not? Dude, you have like almost nothing.
Yeah, I should spend my points. 7 points.
Oh wow.
Let's take yeah. I won't need your luck.
Uh,
Now I have candy.
do what now?
I have candy.
I want candy.
I haven't heard that song time. In terms of like the actual song. I have heard a certain girl repeatedly just singing that particular part
Yeah.
repeatedly.
Yeah. Used often in commercials for candy.
Oh yeah, but she liked the actual song.
Oh.
For like a very brief time, she was a Jesse McCartney fan.
Uh.
And I'm just like, I don't know you.
Let's see. I have 9 points to spend.
Damn.
Oh yeah. I've used this little construction zone as a temp base before.
let's see.
Oh, and it's nice because it's got the barbed wire. Okay, let's get out our shooty bang bang.
Shooty bang bang.
Oh yeah, because there's zums to murder. Locked.
Ugh.
No, not gonna give me any spoils there. Okay, some cement. That's not bad. That's what I thought, bitch.
Okay then.
And now he died.
I love how if you look at the mini bikes, you can see that like the battery is just like clamped to the frame. Also, when my graphics decide to be low quality, there's this one bag of trash that my brain keeps telling me is a sheep.
Yes.
And it's like, I get right up on it, and then it's like, oh yeah, not
I'll
sheep.
sell you goods, but if you cross me, you'll meet the wrong end of my 44.
Well, are you willing to sell your 44, you dick? 44 ammo.
Yeah, I hear ya, but fuck are ya? On the outside?
You don't buy something next
Oh.
time, I'll shoot you.
No, you won't. You won't shoot me. No balls.
Okay. I actually do like this one.
This is probably a very bad idea. Rawr. Rawr XD. Or there's the ever popular, hello?
And from TSRP.
What's that?
I said, be careful. That'll get you banned from TSRP.
Oh, at least then I have a reason.
Yikes.
No, I'm just remembering the one guy or the one person whose character was named Uwu.
Oh yeah, I had forgotten about Uwu.
That was ridiculous.
So, bad news, everyone. Cupcake's application to get back into Public Works was denied.
Aw.
So she's stuck with the crappy tow trucks.
What do you mean back into Public Works?
Well, when they did the switch over from the 1.0 framework to the 2.0 framework, the lore reason for why everybody's jobs and finances and cars and houses and everything went away was that this hacker group called Mutiny basically hacked the city and wiped all the files and everything. And so I had to reapply to get my job at Public Works. And right before 2.0, a bunch of the people who had been in charge of Public Works decided they didn't want to play those characters anymore. So they did a mass perma where they blew up Public Works. There was a meeting at Public Works that had like all these like important people who were well known and everything. And in the they role played it out and everything. Like they did like a little audio drama that they released that it was like they found this cassette in the rubble. And it was like this whole thing about like the people that were currently in charge were confronted by people who were the founders, and there was some sort of gas was being released, and some idiot lit a cigarette or something, and they all got blown the hell up.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jesus.
and it blew up Public Works, and so there's like basically like Cupcake wasn't in Public Works that long, and most of the people that knew Cupcake were people who perma'd. So it's one of those like, it's a very different Public Works than it used to be, though it is still chaotic. I mean, they've got a bouncy castle, and where we used to park the tow trucks now has a swimming pool. But yeah, when she reapplied, she didn't get it got denied. So I'm not going to give up. I will try again eventually. If I might. I don't know.
I feel like that's something that, if it's a pre-arranged thing like that, and like with that
Hello,
timing,
traveler. What's ailing you?
I feel like that's not fair.
There's story reasons. There's story within the city as to why Public Works is the way it is. So.
Oh no, but I mean, having that happen at the same time as the reset, and then not getting your job back, when that's something that people probably were counting on.
Well, considering at the time I hadn't even gotten Cupcake a motel room, she was literally living on the couch at Public Works. That's also how I explained where my stuff went, because I left my car parked. I always parked in the parking garage at Public Works, so when everything got blown up, my car got blown up too. So there's hello?
Hello? What?
I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Wild.
Rocket HE ammo.
High explosive.
Uh,
There's a high explosive and then the frag ammo.
gotcha.
It's the one that does damage to fleshy bits, while HE does damage to like buildings and stuff.
Gotcha. And I'm just striking out. Trying to find.
Oh God! We didn't take down the ladder. We didn't take down the ladder.
Uh-oh.
Oh
no.
Uh-oh.
It's namesake.
Not one thing? Well,
What
there's always next
what
time.
happened?
The hive has been overrun by zombies
Oh no.
God.
because we didn't remove the ladder that led up from the pit.
Oh no.
And the screamer was coming because I was making the changes. Lovely. Alright, let's see
To do a
how much ammo do I have. No ammo.
I'm almost 2 kilometers away, but I'm on my way.
I'm taking care of that.
I am on the way. I'm a bit closer.
I'm trying to navigate through a city that I haven't been through. Oh, hello. Yeah, yourself.
I think
Do you require assistance?
All I can think of when I hear that is TF2. I require assistance.
I've
I've
Not Overwatch.
I know.
Okay.
But then what you said reminded me of that.
I've never
I've never played Overwatch, so I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I've never played TF2. But when all the Meet the Whatever videos came out when I was in college, I was my friends and I may have spent far too long going boink, bonk after the Scout one came out.
Yeah.
Touch Sasha.
Have you seen Expiration Date?
No.
Oh, you need to see it. It's so good.
I'm just gonna send something in chat here real fast. Let me just find it.
Please do, because seduce me.
No, I found if you look up "this is a bucket," the first thing that comes, I'll show you the first thing that comes up.
Yep,
It's not just the clip; it's more, and it's so much more chaotic, and I fucking love it.
Oh,
My friends
no.
and I just like say this to each other all the time.
Okay, is it
Is
it stream safe?
I would think so. Yeah,
It's on
just-
YouTube.
Yeah, and it's just clips from the
Okay.
actual video.
Okay, then I might.
Just edited funny.
I
Okay.
would watch the original thing first, though. Because
I tried watching the original and I just could not I
Yeah,
could
but
not
that's
take
why
it
you
for what it
watched
was
that.
Oh no, it's not a
anymore.
tiger. It's just, okay, why did it look like a tiger from a distance?
That's why I said, like, if you watch the original first, because if you watch the edited version, the original won't have the same kick.
Okay.
Well, I hadn't known about it before, and just found this random video. I'm just like, ha, funny video.
Oh, that's fair.
All right. We're going to see how well the slopes. Really well. Holy shit.
Power of the inclined plane.
Bitch!
Yes?
Yeah, don't come around here. Or just go up as soon as you can. Because, like, I've taken care of all of the ones that were inside.
Okay.
So going inside is where it's going to be.
Oh, no. Oh, pop.
The mini horde night starts.
Oh, fuck. Hi, Smith.
You've got like 4 cops.
I know. If you came into the structure, then the cops would come into the pit. Get in.
Yes, I know. But I didn't
Go,
want
go.
to.
No, you're not gonna be able to climb up. With this.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, go up, go up.
Okay, now I'm up. Sorry.
Not a problem. Not a problem. There we are. Alright. No, let's just go outside. We're good.
What can I deconstruct that will give me steel?
The Eiffel Tower.
Fair.
Oh, you
Have a
need
nice
it,
day.
yeah. Oh. On an unrelated note, if you see anything in the news about just just don't pay attention to any news out of France.
Oh.
Unrelated to anything at all I've said ever.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, I'm charging this.
Fun.
I have 8. I need more.
Jamma. Come on.
Okay, I get, like... No. What happens if I... Oh my god, okay. That happens, apparently.
Oh shit!
You fall down.
Yep.
Bring the wood for ladders.
What?
Yes, it doesn't matter.
I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
I asked if you brought any wood for ladder to get back up.
I
And
did not.
then you
But
died. So.
yeah, then I died. So I'm back in. I'm back inside now.
Oh, there we go.
My stuff's down there, but hi.
I almost have 69 potted plants.
Did you say 69?
I have 67 right now, and I'm very close.
I... Steel.
Wait, do we still not have a crucible? I know we have a crucible.
Or...
Schematic.
Was it steel or... No, I'm done. It was iron that I needed. And, I've had enough iron for about 10 minutes now.
Oop.
Whoops.
Oopsie doopsie.
Oopses. There it is. This way? Yeah, it's over. Because I want to make proper iron door.
Oh
Shit.
jeez.
Oh,
Do you have the stuff for ladders?
yeah, I just gotta wait until I finish or whatever it is, scrapping it.
Oh jeez.
Alright.
I don't know if it's happening for anybody else, but you're breaking up a bit for me.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely surprised.
Why iron shutter is so goddamn expensive.
It's a good question.
I'm gonna get really creative.
Oh, nice. All right. Got ladders coming up.
Okay.
So you will be able to get your stuff.
Okie dokie. I feel like my attempt to be helpful was less than helpful.
That's fine. There you go. Next floor down.
I wasn't sure if I was in your way.
I moved. You're good.
Is there anything I can do to actually be helpful?
Your company is pleasant, therefore you are helpful inherently.
Yeah, there's
That's me.
at this point, all I'm doing is adjusting the slopes over there, and simple construction. So, I mean, there's not much really to do here right now. So it's up to you. Yeah, I've got quite a while in my life that I'm working. So,
Okay, you broke up real bad and I didn't catch any of that.
Ditto.
After it's up to you.
Yeah, I'm doing just the construction work right now, so there's not much to do while I just wait and build cobblestone shapes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
I'm building a little mini base out near what I want to test as another type of funneling horde base.
Okay. So we still don't have a crucible, right?
We have one.
Is it that we're
still
lacking?
need more weight.
Do what?
Never mind, bad joke.
Oh. Oh, it got foggy.
Thick air out here.
The care be real, man.
There we go. Is this better?
Yeah. Ba, 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 ba. So are we lacking materials for Crucible or ability to make?
Materials for the most part. Cause it takes a lot of,
A lot of.
I don't remember off the top of my head. Let me actually look. It takes 100 forged iron.
So diggy diggy.
Yes. Because it also takes 1200 stone and 900 clay.
Diggy diggy.
Diggy 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 diggy.
Time to revisit Jenny's big ass hole in the ground.
Why? Okay over here, but not. Because this is technically a block. You sneaky motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Serious. Why is it still not going now?
What was secretly a block?
A fence on the ground.
The old ground fence.
I still can't get over the house that has the door that's laying down and you can still open it.
Yep.
I found that and I was like, this is ridiculous. I love it.
Is going on?
There's my big ass hole in the ground.
That I can get?
Oh wait, I need coffee. I did not bring coffee with me.
I know what it is.
Oh!
You're fucking blocks too.
I totally didn't almost drive my mini bike into the turret trench.
That's... How was that not it?
To remember to reset my bedroll.
Oh my god, are you shitting me?
But not in the way you think.
Where see shit?
Oh.
That is a sound of frustration.
It wasn't the blocks. It was very tiny grass.
Oh, that is the worst. Okay. Turn time.
God damn it! I didn't mean to click that.
I hate when I do that.
I feel like I must still be missing some. I can't get it, but I don't. There.
Diggy 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 dig. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have friends.
Someone's calling friends.
I'm gonna have zombie friends.
That sounds nice.
Did you actually scream, or was that just your I'm in the neighborhood yell? That was just your I'm in the neighborhood. Okay. Good.
I'm like slightly short cobblestone.
Oh no, don't tell me it's double the zombie count. Uh-oh. I'm about to be
What?
a fucky wucky.
What did you do?
I'm on a clear quest at the Shotgun Messiah shooting range place.
Did you
And
get
I
the stuff?
pre-looted. And no, this is a new one, a different one.
Okay.
Different town.
And you did anyway. I forgot about that.
I did do that, yes.
So you're at the Shotgun Messiah shooting range.
Yes, and I was pre-clearing it, and for some reason, the zombies didn't wake up the first time I went in, but then I had to go back to carry north. Then they did wake up, so I ran out, and then I started the quest. So I'm wondering if now I have double the number of zombies in this area.
Maybe.
I mean, it's fine, but interesting.
And she really does not like me mining over here.
It's still wasn't properly woken up. What the fuck happened? Back here.
Comes another one. Another one incoming.
Come on.
Got her.
On. Fuck it. Works.
There's gonna be somebody coming for me in a second. You get
Let your heart.
Blam, blam, kitchen gun.
Not quite a toilet gun, but better than nothing.
Because I keep taking them out with 2 shots, that would what made me think of it. Who's the next contestant on lead deficiency tonight? You know, it's a lot easier to see when you turn your headlamp on.
Yep.
Yeah.
I keep pressing tilde.
Oh, time for another friend to drop in. Oh, you didn't see me. Oh, fuck.
They did.
Sounds like it.
Oh, come on. Fucking lumberjack. Uh-oh. Well, that could have been incredibly unpleasant. Because one of the friends she called was another screamer.
Oof.
We all know how much fun that is.
We love screamers. Yay.
so better than not working. Hi, woof.
Woo?
Woo! It's dead.
So much diggy diggy. So much diggy diggy. Oh, diggy diggy diggy. Uh. I need Art of Mining Volume 5 desperately. Don't fall in the trench, haha.
I've never realized how full iron fences work. Not iron, sorry, wood.
Let's see. Oh, that's the special forge. Okay.
Go. Oh.
I am confusion. Why is this forge smelting iron out of it?
Oh, okay, so the far left forge can do steel.
Okay.
The middle forge can do cement, but it gets very it gets very easy to become
It's easier to have them single purpose
Yeah.
than to fight for resources.
Yeah.
yes, and with the queue, because the queue gets mixed up and you have a bunch of things you need at once, but if they're all putting out cement but you need steel, which may or may not have happened earlier. I
Somebody's outside.
not me.
Oh, we might have a mini horde.
Or just two.
I didn't bring him this time.
Andrew, you almost got shot.
Shotgun go burr.
Yeah, you stepped right into my line of fire as I was about to fire. I had to, like, pull off of my mouse button real quick because it was almost clicked.
It's fine. Everything is fine.
Don't murder Andrew.
I probably deserve it.
That's going to wind up getting us into the same murder death loop that we had last time.
So long as it's only murdering Andrew, that's okay though.
Hey, just wait till we all log into Architects and you'll regret it.
Oh no.
Will I? Will I though?
Depends on how mean I want to be.
Okay, so we're not having brass in either of the furnaces, or
The far right can do titanium. I figure that can also, when not making titanium, do bullet stuff.
okay. So move brass to the special.
Yep. Until we, like, get a fourth forge going.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. To put stuff in there, it has to be on your toolbar.
Unfortunate. Okay.
Ooh, you okay? Or did you just eat?
I just ate. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I saw all of a sudden your health went way down and it's like, ooh, that could be bad.
So we're putting lead into the special one as well, then?
Yep.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll make it a little bit less... chaotic.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, now time to preach. I'm sorry, I forgot when I was setting that up to say anything. Sorry.
That's okay.
I think I'm gonna stay on until I can turn in this quest to the trader, but I'm gonna head off after that.
I'm probably gonna twice clear this house and then either sleep or I had to get off right in doing organizing diner. Jesus Christ, my bed.
No, Jesus Christ, still in the basement. He has not had permission to leave, go to anyone else's bed.
What if he escaped?
Anyone else's bed?
So your bed is in the basement? Or is it just his bed that counts as the other bed?
Well, consider this. He may have more than one bed.
True.
I was mildly concerned by the sound I was hearing. I'm glad you're over there.
That's sorry. Nah, I was just noticing that in the first-person view, the stun baton's regular attack and power attack are the exact same animation.
Huh.
I just have
I
a
wanna
spot
take-
from the spear to the baton, because more attacks per minute, and I'm putting a few levels into intellect. Mostly for quest rewards and embargo, but usually. As much as I want to get the final level into snipers and machine guns, that's so many points to invest just for those top level perks.
That is my bed. Right now.
Ooh.
1, 3, 4, 5, 6 piles of clothes. And you can barely see the pillow or blanket.
Well, I mean, you can use the
Yep.
clothes as a blanket.
No.
Keeping in mind, I haven't had a chance to actually look at the picture that this is in reference to.
That's fair. Let me know when you do, it's kind of wild.
Oh, somebody's outside. Oh, okay, yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
Being no gonna be easy. Right. I almost. Oh no, I didn't forget. Yay, I didn't forget. Now, are we gonna do this guns blazing? Yes.
Rando bitch beating on the base.
Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna go to bed right after I log off, but I might go in AFK at times for a while I watch YouTube. I actually had like decent sleep-wake times while I was on vacation, but I got back and I was so quickly slipped back into a horrible sleeping schedule.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
Hi. No.
Hello?
They dead now.
That good. Oh, it can't put any more in. Okay. Oh,
I changed my mind. I'm calling you now.
okay. That's fair.
Yeah, that's just like I'm finishing up this quest.
Wait. Where?
Tight parts.
I'm playing, talk to y'all later.
Talk at you later, man.
I will
Sounds
probably
good, man.
be not in chat on ARC if I go in.
I mean, that's what I was doing today, too.
I got a fun screen cap of the
I heard...
the Bronto you murdered.
Oh, good. I heard you, like, mass whistling, like...
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and call the stream here. Basically, I'm just sitting here looking at a forge, and that's not terribly interesting for you guys. And then I'm gonna be crashing out here pretty soon to go to bed, because I work in the morning. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next stream. Bye!